The Young and the Restless spoilers for Tuesday, February 18 tease that the action remains hot and heavy as February sweeps rolls along. Diane Jenkins Abbott and Jack Abbott are ready for a big change. Michael Baldwin receives startling news, and Summer Newman gets a grilling. The Young and the Restless spoilers. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Summer's denial, Michael's new gig, Diane and Jack move out. By Tanya Clark, last updated Feb 18, 2025. Share. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Summer's denial, Michael's new gig, Diane and Jack move out. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Tuesday, February 18 tease that the action remains hot and heavy as February sweeps rolls along. Diane Jenkins Abbott and Jack Abbott are ready for a big change. Michael Baldwin receives startling news, and Summer Newman gets a grilling. Let's find out what's going down in your favorite fictional town today. Victor Newman is the man. Victor Newman summons his lawyer Michael for a strategy sesh. Michael is always down for a plot, and now it's time to get back on track after all of that nasty business with Jordan and Ian Ward. Ian shot Victor, but now he is raring to go after his number one enemy, Jack Abbott. Michael is not pleased with Victor's latest vendetta and tries to speak reason to the OG. Victor wants none of it, he wants that damn. Jack Abbott ruined, yeah, got that? Jack and Diane, two American adults. Elsewhere, Diane and Jack are ready for a change. They head over to the GCAC where they'll reside while the Abbott mansion gets a do-over. Jack and Diane deserve some private time before Victor's onslaught. If Jack is smart, he will anticipate Victor's shenanigans and strategize with Diane. Now that Victor's through with Ian and Jordan, he needs a new target, and Jack knows exactly how the man operates. I&R spoilers tease that there will be Newman Abbott skirmishes breaking out soon. Daniel needs to grill Summer. Over with Daniel Romalotti, he grills his sister Summer about how she really feels about her ex Kyle Abbott seeing her cousin Claire Newman. Daniel thinks he sees a hint of jealousy, but Summer shuts him down. Daniel keeps at it, however, saying that Summer could be lying to herself. We all know how well Summer takes constructive criticism, so this meetup could get heated. The Young and the Restless spoilers tease that Summer's actions won't mirror her words as she witnesses Claire and Kyle get closer and closer. Meow. Who do you want Kyle with, Claire or Summer? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y&R right now. Come back here often for the Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates, and make us your favorite hotspot. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Sharon Newman recently had a dream that Nick Newman finally told her all the things she's been longing to hear. In a special Valentine's Day episode, Sharon had a sleepy fantasy that involved Nick's forever love profession, along with some sizzling kisses and dancing. Nick even agreed to move back in with Sharon on the ranch, so she was on cloud nine until her bubble finally burst. Once Nick disappeared and Sharon woke up to reality, she realized Nick didn't make that grand reunion pitch after all. Of course, there's no denying that Nick still loves Sharon and would do anything for her. It's just a matter of what that love really means to Nick, and whether he wants their relationship to become more than platonic. It's possible that Nick will suddenly start showing romantic interest in Sharon again, but he's not doing that at this point. Everything that Y&R's showing in that department is happening on Sharon's end. With all that in mind, we have to ask, is Sharon wasting her time pining for Nick? Does Sharon's ex-hubby not want a reunion? There's a chance that all this buildup won't end in Sharon falling into Nick's arms and ultimately his bed. Maybe Sharon will have to settle for enjoying their reunion in her dreams and not in her actual life. It might be a situation where Sharon's clinging to what's familiar and safe on some level. Unfortunately, Nick may not be interested in going back down that road with Sharon, especially since it should ruin their strong friendship if it doesn't work out. If Sharon tries to voice her true feelings and get back together with Nick somewhere down the line, she may face a tough rejection. Our predictions hint that Nick and Sharon's storyline may not go according to Sharon's plan, so stay tuned for updates on what's in store for these two. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Sharon may hold out hope for some Nick reunion news, but there are no guarantees that she'll get her wish. It's where you want to be for Hot Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so make us your one-stop Y and R source. At the Abbott mansion, Jack is caught off guard when he finds Diane deep in thought about redesigning their home. She envisions a space filled with Moroccan poufs and floor cushions, which makes Jack uneasy. Diane reassures him that she's not completely set on the ideas, but she wants him to trust her vision. Jack, feeling cornered, claims he's just testing her resolve. As their conversation unfolds, Diane reveals that the renovation plans are already in motion, and they'll need to leave while the work is being done. Jack hesitates, suspecting a trick, but Diane insists it's all about efficiency. She surprises him further by suggesting they take a vacation, but Jack would prefer to wait until summer for a trip to Italy. Diane, however, has already set everything in motion. Meanwhile, Kyle meets Claire at Chancellor Park, sensing her unease. She's worried about their canceled dinner plans, but it's not about Summer or Harrison. It's about Kyle's seemingly indifferent response. Kyle insists he was joking, but Claire questions his sincerity. She longs for her grandfather's approval of their relationship, but Kyle isn't convinced Victor will ever change his mind. Claire, however, remains optimistic, determined to create the perfect family bond. Kyle, amused by her persistence, suggests they go ahead with dinner plans. Claire seizes the opportunity and invites Victor to supper. Over at Society, Victor finds Lily at the bar, smiling at her phone. When he asks about her return to working with her family, she expresses relief to be free from his business empire. Nikki joins them, urging Lily to let go of the past and focus on the future. Lily acknowledges that working with her family has given her a sense of honesty and respect. Before leaving, she asks Victor for a favor. She needs information about someone named Damien C., with no questions asked. Victor agrees to investigate, leaving Nikki curious about Damien's identity. Later, Claire rushes in with paperwork for Nikki, and Victor praises her efficiency. When Claire reveals she has no evening plans, she invites her grandfather to dinner, with Kyle included. Victor is taken aback, unsure if Kyle truly agreed to this. Claire insists that Kyle is important to her and hopes Victor will accept him. Nikki supports her granddaughter's decision, while Victor remains skeptical. However, for Claire's sake, he agrees to the dinner, albeit with some reservations. Elsewhere, Audra and Holden have a secretive conversation at Crimson Lights, determined to keep their past hidden from Nate. When Nate interrupts, he demands to know what they were discussing, particularly regarding Damien's reaction to recent family news. Holden reveals that Damien was more affected by his father's situation than his mother's, and despite Amy's desire to make amends, Damien has no interest in reconnecting. Nate refuses to accept this and insists that family bonds should be repaired, but Audra warns him against pushing too hard. If Damien gets his hopes up, it could lead to further heartbreak. Back at the Abbott mansion, Jack and Diane prepare to leave, with Diane reminding him that this renovation will help their family grow and evolve. Jack, nostalgic and hesitant, eventually comes to terms with it, trusting Diane's vision. As they get ready, Kyle receives a call from Claire confirming that Victor agreed to dinner. Kyle is stunned and mutters to himself, realizing he's about to step into dangerous territory. With emotions running high and relationships being tested, will Victor truly accept Kyle? Can Lily's request lead to unforeseen consequences? And will Damian's departure change everything for Audra and Nate? Stay tuned for more twists and turns on The Young and the Restless. In the world of intrigue and betrayal on The Young and the Restless, seemingly impossible situations unfold unexpectedly, forcing each character to face difficult choices. One of the stories attracting audience attention is the complex relationship between Nate, Amy, Lily, and Damon Cain. This story is not only about each individual's struggle with the ghosts of the past, but also about the conflict between loyalty and betrayal. Nate and his vow to protect Amy. Nate, a man with strong loyalty, has sworn to protect Amy no matter what. This oath is not only his commitment to a woman he trusts, but also a mark of a deep relationship he cannot abandon. Despite the doubts and worries of those around him, Nate is determined to protect Amy at any cost. He believes that his sacrifice will help Amy overcome her challenges, but he does not expect that this protection may be his wrong move. For Nate, everything seems to revolve around Amy. He sees in her a weakness, a hurt that he can heal. But the truth is, Amy is not weak at all. She is scheming and willing to use everything she can to achieve her goals. While Nate naively puts his trust in her, Amy is planning to take advantage of his trust to manipulate the situation. Lily and her worries about Nate. While Nate is busy protecting Amy, Lily, who is always worried about him, begins to notice suspicious signs. She cannot sit still as she sees Nate falling into a spiral of emotion and complicated relationships with Amy and Damon Cain. Damon, a mysterious and dangerous figure, has reappeared in their lives, and Lily knows things cannot be as simple as they seem. Unable to let Nate continue to be entangled in this web of relationships, she decides to ask for help from Victor Newman. She needs Victor's help to uncover the secrets behind Damon Cain, who has been worrying and confusing her since his return to Genoa City. Victor, with his extensive connections and influence, is the only one who can help Lily unravel the conspiracies surrounding Damon. However, she also knows that finding out the truth about Damon will not be easy because he is unpredictable and has prepared clever moves. Damon and the surprise. While everyone is trying to uncover the truth, Damon surprises them all. He declares that he has changed his mind and will no longer pursue his previous plan. However, no one believes Damon's words so easily. He is a schemer with the ability to deceive others perfectly. Has Damon really changed, or is this just part of the bigger plan he is drawing up? Amy and the plots behind her. Amy, the woman Nate is protecting and trusting, is actually a dangerous character. She has long planned to trap Nate, using his feelings as a tool to achieve her own goals. Everything seems to be under Amy's control, and only Nate is easy to manipulate. This realization forces Nate to face painful truths, not just about Amy, but also about the potential loss of everything he has built over the years. However, Amy is not one to be easily controlled, and she is preparing for her next move. She knows that if she plays her cards right, Nate will be willing to do anything for her. But does Amy truly understand the danger she is facing, or will her ambition lead her to destruction? Audra and the contract with Holden. While Nate and Amy are struggling in this mess, another story unfolds involving Audra and Holden. Audra, who has always kept secrets about her past, has made a contract with Holden, one that seems to be tied to keeping their shared history hidden. Why is it so important to protect this past? Audra knows that if her past is exposed, everything she has built will collapse. However, this contract is not just about protecting the past. It is also part of a grander scheme that Audra is planning. While she advises Nate to let Damon make his own decisions, her words only raise more suspicion in Nate's mind. Why does Audra want Damon to leave? Why does she seem so unconcerned about the consequences? Could the secrets about her past with Holden be the key to unlocking everything? Nate will not stop until he finds the truth. In a surprising turn of events in The Young and the Restless, Sally Spectra makes a bold move that sends shockwaves through Genoa City, leading to Adam Newman's downfall. Meanwhile, Phyllis Summers finds herself entangled in a web of secrets that could change everything. Lily Winters is encouraged to put aside her resentment towards Victor and Nikki Newman while at society. Initially reluctant, Lily remains frustrated but soon has an epiphany, realizing Victor could actually help her. However, she makes it clear that she doesn't want him asking too many questions about why she's making this request. Victor, ever the strategist, agrees to investigate once Lily provides a name: Damon Cain. This development hints at a deeper mystery that could shake things up in Genoa City. At the same time, Claire is grappling with her own concerns regarding Kyle Abbott. She recalls his indifferent response about rescheduling their dinner with Victor and starts to question their relationship. When Kyle senses her distress at the park, she confesses that she truly wants to be with him, but Victor's approval means everything to her. Seeing how much this matters to Claire, Kyle decides to fully support the dinner plan. Later, Claire excitedly invites Victor and Nikki to join them, and while Nikki is pleased, Victor is visibly less enthusiastic. However, he eventually agrees, though he secretly harbors doubts about the dinner changing his perspective. Kyle, on the other hand, masks his fear about the possible outcomes of this meeting. Meanwhile, at the Abbott mansion, Diane Jenkins Abbott finally gets the green light for the long-awaited renovations. Jack Abbott, though slightly uneasy about all the changes, acknowledges Diane's excitement. She persuades him to stay away until the remodel is complete, preferring to keep the final results a surprise. Jack agrees, though something about the situation still feels off to him. Elsewhere, at Crimson Lights, Holden Novak and Audra Charles cross paths once again, pretending they barely know each other. Despite their past, they silently agree to move on, but Nate Hastings notices their interaction and becomes suspicious. Holden insists on returning to Los Angeles, claiming that Damian has no interest in reconnecting with Amy Lewis. Nate tries to change his mind, but Holden refuses. After Holden leaves, Audra subtly suggests that Nate should just accept Damian's decision and let it go. However, Nate suspects something has shifted in Audra's stance and begins wondering if Holden has influenced her. Later, Nate desperately leaves Damian a frantic voicemail, begging for one last chance to change his mind. Meanwhile, Audra meets up with Holden on the patio, still unsettled. Despite her mixed emotions, Holden convinces her to have one last drink with him, not wanting this to be their final goodbye. Their past is bound to come to light sooner or later, and when it does, it could have major consequences. As all these stories unfold, the biggest shocker comes from Sally. Recently, Adam Newman has been struggling with unresolved emotions regarding his past relationships. While he still holds feelings for Sally, his subconscious is pulling him toward Chelsea Lawson. In a dream sequence, Adam imagines reuniting with Chelsea, only for Sally to suddenly appear. Strangely, as soon as Sally enters the picture, Chelsea vanishes. In this dream, Sally tells Adam that she understands why he and Chelsea did what they did and has forgiven him for his past betrayals. However, Adam insists that their relationship ended for a reason, even as Sally pleads for another chance. In real life, Adam's feelings remain complicated. While he might secretly yearn for a second chance with Chelsea, she seems more determined than ever to keep their dynamic strictly about co-parenting. Meanwhile, Sally is about to make a move that could irreversibly change Adam's fate. With Phyllis holding onto a dangerous secret, it's only a matter of time before everything unravels. News has come out that an actor known for his work on The Young and The Restless and NCIS has passed away. The actor's son had revealed details of the news. He was 61 at the time of his death. With a career spanning decades, The Young and The Restless actor actually started in professional football. The actor had a career spanning decades. In the span of 30 years, he had appeared in projects ranging from soap operas, crime dramas, and prominent movies. Actor Peter "Navy" Tuasoopo, from Phoenix, Arizona, passed away this past Monday. He had reportedly suffered from heart complications. He was 61 years old at the time of his death. Prior to his acting career, Navy had been a professional gridiron football player. Some notable shows he appeared in included NCIS, The Young and the Restless, and the Disney XD series Kickin' It. According to IMDb, Navy appeared in 7 episodes of The Young and the Restless as a character named Co. He reportedly appeared on the soap in 2011. In addition to this, Tuasoopo had appeared in quite a few notable films. These include Charlie's Angels, Street Fighter, The Scorpion King, 12 Rounds, The Fast and the Furious, and Basketball. The actor's death was reported by his son Mano. Taking to Facebook, he shared, "My dad lived an amazing life, and in no way does his impact stop here." Plans for the actor's celebration of life were still underway. "We will continue to live with him in spirit, and as saddened as we are, he is without a doubt in heaven with his brothers, sisters, parents, daughter, and Jesus, and no longer in pain. His strength, love, compassion, and kindness will forever be felt. My family and I will discuss the decisions regarding a proper celebration of life and will announce the details once prepared. We thank you all again for your thoughts and prayers and ask for your continued support through this tough and emotional time." The message appeared to be from the whole family. It has been signed, "Love you all. Peter's wife, kids, and grandkids." It also contained photos of the late actor. As reported by the U.S. Sun, the actor's final role was in an episode of the 2018 Magnum PI series. The publication noted this was a reboot of the series that aired in the 1990s. As mentioned, before turning to acting, Tuasoopo had an earlier career in football. He played for the St. Louis Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. As the publication noted, he did not make any appearances prior to the NFL season kicking off. Jack was furious. The revelation of Claire and Victor's secret alliance shattered his carefully maintained control. As he paced his dimly lit study, the bitterness of betrayal filled him. The clandestine meetings between Claire and Victor, once hidden, now threatened to destroy everything. For Jack, this was personal. Claire wasn't just drawn to Kyle. Her approach was calculated, driven by ambition rather than love. Victor had set her on a mission: infiltrate Kyle's world, uncover Abbotts' secrets, and report back. Claire, Victor had said sternly, "I want everything. Abbotts' strategies, Kyle's habits, their weaknesses. No mistakes." But complications arose. Kyle, always perceptive, sensed something was off. His instincts told him Claire wasn't being honest, and his suspicion grew with every calculated interaction. Then came the moment that changed everything. A subtle exchange between Claire and Victor at a crowded event, one Kyle accidentally overheard. Though no explicit details were shared, the weight of their conversation confirmed his worst fears. Jack, already burdened by doubts, exploded when he saw Kyle pulling away. His rage wasn't just about Abbotts, it was about control. Claire had betrayed him, and he wouldn't let it go unpunished. As Jack stewed in anger, Victor, ever the strategist, remained unshaken. In his grand office, he smugly hinted at a deeper plan. "Jack," he said, "Claire isn't my only source. I have others within Abbotts, and you'll never see them coming." His confidence was chilling, his power undeniable. But Jack wasn't one to back down. He silently began collecting evidence of Claire's deception, preparing for his counterattack. If Victor thought he controlled the game, Jack was about to prove him wrong. Claire, caught between ambition and doubt, struggled with her role. The closer she got to Kyle, the harder it became to separate duty from emotion. Every interaction with him felt like a lie wrapped in half-truths. Meanwhile, Victor's overconfidence blinded him. He saw Jack as an opponent already defeated, underestimating the quiet storm brewing in the shadows. Jack had made his decision. Claire would pay for her betrayal, and Victor would learn that no empire, no matter how powerful, was untouchable. As the rain pattered against his study window, Jack prepared for the inevitable showdown. Victor believed he held all the cards, but Jack knew better. The real game was only just beginning. The importance of relationships in life cannot be overstated, especially when it comes to family. Families provide not only emotional support, but also a foundation upon which individuals can build their identities. These connections are often tested by challenges, but they remain an essential source of strength and resilience. In every family, dynamics change, evolve, and sometimes face difficult situations. For instance, siblings may go through periods of conflict, yet in times of crisis, they are often the first to stand by each other. This sense of loyalty is not always immediate, but it is ingrained deeply in family relationships. The bond between parents and children is particularly significant, as it shapes a child's understanding of the world and the values they carry into adulthood. Parental love, despite being unconditional in many cases, often comes with expectations and guidance that can sometimes create friction. Beyond biological ties, chosen families are becoming more prominent in today's society. Friends who become family are just as significant, offering a sense of belonging and support that can sometimes even surpass that of blood relatives. These relationships are built on shared experiences, trust, and mutual care. In some ways, these relationships can feel even stronger because they are formed by choice rather than obligation. Individuals find solace in knowing that the people they hold close, whether biological family or chosen friends, are there because of deep affection and loyalty. However, relationships of all types can be challenging. Misunderstandings, differing expectations, and conflicting personalities can lead to disagreements and even rifts. The key to maintaining healthy relationships is communication, mutual respect, and understanding. When challenges arise, it's important to have open dialogues, express feelings honestly, and be willing to compromise. Even when faced with disagreements, working through them can lead to stronger bonds and a deeper understanding of one another. Moreover, the role of empathy cannot be underestimated in any relationship. Being able to put oneself in another person's shoes, understand their emotions, and respond with kindness is what often transforms a good relationship into a lasting one. In times of difficulty, empathy helps individuals support one another through emotional turmoil, lending a hand when it seems like there's no way out. In the end, it is the ability to forgive, adapt, and grow together that solidifies long-lasting relationships. Every relationship, whether familial or among friends, requires effort and a willingness to navigate through the complexities of human emotions and life's challenges. The value of relationships extends beyond the immediate circle of family and friends. It reaches into communities, workplaces, and societies at large. The way people connect with each other, show compassion, and work together for common goals is what makes the world a better place. Human connections are the foundation of progress, understanding, and cooperation. The importance of nurturing relationships cannot be emphasized enough, as they are the backbone of support, love, and happiness in life. Drama unfolds in Genoa City as Jack and Diane face off over home renovations, pushing the limits of their relationship. While Diane envisions a fresh new look, Jack struggles to embrace change. The couple engages in a playful yet tense exchange over design choices, with Jack fearing a complete transformation of their cherished home. Diane reassures him that she only intends to fine-tune the space, but her surprise announcement about their upcoming trip catches him off guard. Despite his initial resistance, Jack finally agrees that it's time to modernize their living space for the sake of their future. Meanwhile, Kyle and Claire navigate the complications of family approval. Claire is eager to strengthen her relationship with Kyle, but she is well aware of her grandfather Victor's stern and unwavering nature. When Kyle expresses his reluctance to seek Victor's approval, Claire insists that it's an important step for their future. She remains optimistic despite Kyle's concerns that they are setting themselves up for disappointment. Determined to push forward, Claire persuades Kyle to join her for a family dinner with Victor, believing that her grandfather's love for her will ultimately outweigh his reservations. Though skeptical, Kyle agrees, hoping that this meeting will prove their commitment. At society, Lely and Victor share a rare moment of understanding. As Victor questions her return to working with family, Lely makes it clear that she values the integrity and respect that comes with it, something she never felt in her past corporate dealings. Nikki attempts to smooth things over, but Lily remains firm, unwilling to let past betrayals slide easily. However, she sees an opportunity for Victor to prove himself. She asks him for information on a man named Cain, implying that this knowledge could help her move forward. Victor agrees to look into it, leaving Nikki relieved that the tension between them may be easing. Back at Crimson Lights, Audra and Holden find themselves in a tense discussion about their shared past. They are both determined to keep certain secrets buried, especially from Nate, who unexpectedly walks in on their conversation. Nate is immediately suspicious and presses for answers regarding Damian's reaction to news about his mother. Holden acknowledges that his father's passing had the greatest impact on Damian, but he is adamant that their time in Genoa City is coming to an end. Audra, despite her composed demeanor, appears torn. Nate, sensing there is more at play, refuses to accept this as the final outcome. As Holden prepares to leave, Nate wrestles with the idea that Damian's fate is sealed. Audra tries to reassure him, but it's clear that the situation is more complicated than she is willing to admit. She takes Nate's hand, reminding him that some endings are inevitable, even if they are painful. With so many unresolved tensions in the air, the question remains, can Holden truly leave Audra behind? And will Victor's involvement with Lily's request bring unforeseen consequences,